And hey, it is the Adequate Gamer, and today we have a hardcore domination on Havana with the Galil silenced. And what I want to talk about today is games that I'm looking forward to this year, and maybe games that I'm not looking forward to. First off with Modern Warfare 3. Seeing as that is probably going to be the main one, regardless of how pent up Battlefield 3 is. Modern Warfare 3 is going to use the same engine as Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember if it's the same engine as Modern Warfare 1 or not, but anyway. And I've also heard yesterday that Activision are going to introduce this Call of Duty Elite. Or sort of a version, sort of a add-on subscription. That'll rank your stats, leaderboards, and it'll rate you on your performance and give you like hints and tips on how to improve your performance depending on how good or where you excel at and where you fail at. For instance, it might, if you crap at long range fighting, it might advise you to use a submachine gun and maybe marathon or lightweight if those perks are in the game, so you can get in close and get the kills. And to me this is just a dick move on Activision's part, as is most of the DLC stuff that they bring out. I mean, Call of Duty is probably the biggest gaming franchise ever. And everything that Activision brings out, or Treyarch, or whichever, for whichever game, always have to pay for, as you undoubtedly know. For instance, the Escalation pack is going to release in what, about 5.5 hours? That's £10 of my money. I don't know what the exchange rate is if it changes. That's £10 of my money for oh god, I can't remember what it was. There's some new zombie maps, new characters, and 3 new maps. And this just is not worth £10 of my money. But Activision know people are going to buy it, because of course they are. It's new content. The game's been out for a while now, so they want to play on new maps. And me personally, I don't spend time on the zombie maps or the zombie game type. It never really interested me that much. I played Left 4 Dead 2 for that. I just think it cheaps people out of money for just the money grabbing greedy bastards. Activision and Treyarch, whichever. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to Battlefield 3. Now, I am really looking forward to this. I cannot wait for this in November. Because I can't wait, I'm bouncing up and down little girl. Ooh-wee! But my other half is a little bit skeptical. Now, while it looks absolutely amazing in the trailers and the videos and showing off the gameplay, it uses the Frostbite engine, and it is the Frostbite 2 engine. But I am seriously hoping that it won't function like Bad Company. As to me, Bad Company is a terrible game. Mostly as being a PC player, I'm playing it on the PC, where it is for the consoles. And as Battlefield 3 is being made for the PC, I'm really hoping that they don't screw it up, because I will love them forever. I will have their man babies if they make this game amazing. If they make it on par for Battlefield 2, at least, I will sell myself for their pleasure. That's how much I want this game to be good. I'm not sure if they're going to make any DLC. Oh no, they are going to do DLC. Let's try back to Karkand. Pay money for old maps. Bah. I'm already going to pay 30 or 40 quid. Seems a load of bollocks to me. But anyway, Next game. Duke Nukem. I was undecided about Duke Nukem.
Enemy spy plane above.
Because I've played a couple of the early games on the N64, and after that I kind of lost interest on the PlayStation. I think a couple of them I didn't like them very much. I thought they were a bit boring. Now this one comes out, I've seen all the footage, I've seen interviews and special bites from magazines and all that sort of stuff. And it does look fun, but I'm still not sure whether I'm going to buy it. I'm not sure if it's worth 30 quid or not. But I know it'll be a shooter that I'll probably enjoy during the game time, including all the neat little tricks, like being able to shrink enemies down and you can just trot on them with your foot. I think that's a great idea. I love that sort of creativity in the game. It's just so refreshing to come across a game that doesn't have to be 100% authentic. I actually don't like that sometimes. I think it can be too much. Because after a while it just gets insanely boring. Having something that... I mean, I get that people want it to be realistic and they want to feel like they're like a soldier in Call of Duty, or maybe a soldier on Battlefield or something like that. But sometimes you just need just calculated silliness to just like release some of some maybe like pent-up pressure or something, just to have a complete mess about. And I think Duke Nukem will really be able to do well at that. Anyway, last game that I cannot wait for, that I will certainly be buying, even though the trailer's only just come out for it. And that bastard just team killed me. That's why. Is Serious Sam 3 BFE, which I'm just gonna go ahead and stab in the dark and say that means Battle for Earth, seeing as it takes place on Earth. Serious Sam, if you've never heard or played it before, is, well, take the original Doom games as an example. You'd have a big open space and you have enemies coming from all sides. That is pretty much Serious Sam in a nutshell. You have these massive expanses of map, and just these hordes of enemies coming at you. And it's not like maybe a couple of dozen or something like that. It is loads of enemies. You will be running, strafing, jumping about if you play it on anything higher than medium, just to stop these like gits from nibbling at your nipples 24/7. Have a myriad of weapons, some of them really satisfying, and I love how manic it can be. Just so many enemies and trying to kill them all. Oh no, I don't want that! Oh, help me! That sort of stuff. I think it's just so much fun. And the Serious Sam 3 is going to use the third series engine. They've basically made a new engine every game that's come out. There's the first and second encounter, which is the first engine. Serious Sam 2, which is the second engine, and the one that is now. And I saw the trailer, and the graphics look amazing. I'm kind of skeptical if I can be able to run it with so many enemies on the map at once. I mean, the biggest map in the Serious Sam 3 is going to be twice the size as the biggest map in the first or second encounters. And if you've not played those before, it will be absolutely huge. Saying if you're thinking of a football pitch, it's probably going to be at least 20 football pitches. At least. With miniguns, rocket launchers, and double barrel shotguns, all that sort of stuff, and I cannot wait for it. It will be amazing. But anyway, that's the game ended. We end on 201.49, and I can't see my score from this screen, but it is in the 50s, I think. And yes, that is it from me. Goodbye.